time to talk basketball. Yes, it's still developmental stage. And this summer is the Under-18 Afrobasket Championship taking place in South Africa. You have the men and the girls and the boys right there in Pretoria in South Africa. For the boys, okay, let's talk about the ladies. This is more joyful. Also, we're going to start off with the ladies because it's more joyful. They are in the semi-finals. They'll be facing Uganda. But in this game against Egypt, who were run out last year, it was massive. Mali happens to be defending champions. But these girls were ready to play, and play they did. From the blast of the whistle against from the dunk of the ball, against a very, very formidable opponent like Egypt. Nigeria, they finished as third best finisher into getting into the quarterfinals. And right now, at the end of the day, they were able to beat Egypt 66-51 to reach the semis. Austin? Okay, it was a perfect start. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful one for our developmental basketball in Nigeria. I think this Under-18 team, they're letting us know that, look, there are talents everywhere in the country. You know, if we are wasking lyrical about the D-Tigress and everything that they're doing, then if you watch this Under-18 team, then the future is bright. You know, we just need to, do those things that we've always talked about. Let's have a league. Let's have good grassroots, basketball initiatives. Let's take basketball back to the schools. Let's use it to empower the girl child. And you said it, with everything that Egypt seemed to have been doing, we find a way to beat them, particularly with the talent that we have. Just look at that three-pointer. Lovely. And then putting up the sort of fight that they did, and then ensuring that they win completely to get into the semis. And that's how to win. If you beat a team as good as Egypt, then your opponent in the semi-final will be saying, what am I going to play? But one thing I love about this team when I was watching these highlights is they are so coordinated. Yeah. They play as a team, and they know how to do their defense so well. If you see the way they got that ball now, you could tell it was everybody coming out right after a counter-attack. So it's a good one. Let's my line, Cecilia, no pressure at this stage. What they've done in the quarterfinals against Egypt, semi-finals, let's just hope that they get better. And at the end of this, we keep supporting this team. Yeah, it's a sport. That's what it means. Abigail Isaac's top scorer for Nigeria. She had a perfect start, double, 15 points to every bounce. Idumagbo also dropping 13 points, which were actually crucial for the team. And then from them on, they did not even. There was a time they had a 6-1 run, and then again 11-3. You're wondering, actually playing against Egypt, who were runner-up last year, and they just went on, and before you know it. In the semis, Egypt had to go play a classification game.
Yes, that's it. I would like to feed off on what Austin said. Yeah. Fantastic. You saw how Austin was reading the game. He was talking about that beautiful three-pointer. Before we came into the studio, I was telling you that three-pointers are like a major gap in Nigeria's basketball that I see sometimes. And if these girls can get it right at this stage, it means that we have the advantage. Look at how you just gave us the analysis. We need to see more of that. I like how these girls are. And did you see Coach Juliana giving the instructions? This lady, from when she was playing with the Tigress, as a player herself, she has been phenomenal up till now. Coaching, it takes someone that really understands the game to be a coach, and she's taking these girls well. So I want to say kudos to her for doing a fantastic job. I want to see them win it. Not only, Austin is saying no pressure, but I want to see them win it. Let's add a bit of pressure.
Yeah, under pressure. Interestingly, we've never won this champion. This Under-18 women's Afrobasket. The women have never won, but the guys have won it 6 times. Yes, at least something that finally see where the men are better. That's the Under-18. But in terms of the senior, we know that yes, the D-Tigress they are the queen, really, in terms of this one. But at this particular stage, yes, the guys are ruling. 6 times they've won it. But in this, for the women, we're yet to win it. And I hope, just maybe this might just be the time for them. But Austin, we have to listen to the coach and also the top player. Let's listen to them, what they had to say after the game against Egypt.
When we started, I talked about acclimatization and how we had most of the players trying to get conditioned to the weather, and a few of them had flu here and there. But as soon as it was taken care of from a level, they were back to being the Jade Tigers they used to be. We took time to see how they play, their play patterns and everything, and our scouting report worked out for us perfectly. That was how we were able to stop their major players. After we lost to Uganda, of course, I believe they didn't put in their best. To an extent, we underrated Uganda, and it cost us a lot, but we're lucky, God gave us a second chance. So with that, I told them that they must not underrate any team. They have to go all out and play the best they can. We had a lot of motivation and encouragement for them, and it all worked out well, to the glory of God.
It means a lot to me because our faces are now out as a team that beat Egypt on the quarterfinals. So I'm really happy about that, and I feel proud. I want to say I'm proud of myself and my teammates, including the coaches, because we came out ready. We talked about everything. We thank God first for giving us a second chance to pick up our space. So we came back stronger and better. I want to thank God and the effort the coaches put. I want to say, coaches, thank you very much. And the belief that everybody got in us, the whole Nigeria, they were standing right behind us. And I want to say thank you to them too.
They are losing to Uganda, and then they're facing them again in the semi-finals. It was the flu. Now the flu is gone, according to what the coach have said, and they've been able to acclimatize to this. Let's see how this goes. Austin, just a quick one for the boys. I mean, they will have to go play classification game for 5th spot because they lost to Mali, who happens to be defending champions earlier. Egypt are defending champions here. Mali for the women. Yeah, the lost 81, I mean, it was like 81-70. I mean, when they started the fourth quarter, it was neck to neck. But somehow, they had a run, and then the boys, the conversion rate was now low. I was looking at the 3-pointers. I think it was 11-34. That's kind of poor for the whole team. You converted 11 out of 34.
I was hoping that you'd let me just talk about the female team, why you handle the men's, the boys. But it's all good, I still stand by my words. This is good experience for the young lads, just under 18. But it's a clear testament of the work that Mali, Senegal, Tunisia, and Uganda are doing for basketball at this stage, While I applaud the boys for what they did, you can see that these African countries that are fighting with us at the top level, they are working at the junior level, So I think there were good lessons in this one for the young boys. I was following it. I could tell that they weren't happy. Some way, somehow, I didn't see that coordination that I saw in the junior D Tigresses. I didn't see the boys' team. Maybe they were just a bit under pressure because Mali forced them to play their game, So each time they were going on the offensive, they were making errors and all of that. 80-71. That's a result they can go back, have a look at it, and see ways that they can improve. At this level, we shouldn't just leave it at just the talent. What's the quality of coaching? What's the quality of administration? What level of preparation? You and I already know that we don't get to hear much about basketball at this level. So it means we're not building. Go back home, take a look at the lessons from this, and see ways you can improve.
That's really key. Shout out to Ezekiel. Isaac Ezekiel had 24 points for the team and 5 steals when he top scored for Nigeria. But that obviously wasn't enough for that. Okay, we leave them and quickly talk about the experience, basketball experience. Yes, that we started it on Tuesday and said we were going to bring you reactions from those who participated, especially from the coach's angle. A former Dolphin player who is now a coach, he had to leave basketball because there was nothing much going on in terms of basketball, and also some students who were part of the basketball experience organized by the AFD and, of course, NBA Africa Junior. Let's take a listen to them. Of course, the Lapo will just react to some of the things they had to say concerning Nigeria basketball.
This is different because we've been able to achieve our aim and objectives of introducing basketball into grassroots sports, and usually it's always about football. So bringing basketball into secondary school people were excited and they were eager to learn something new apart from football or athletics. So it was an awesome experience for both the coaches and the students, and even the school at large, because now they have so much confidence that, oh, there can be other sports apart from football in grassroots. So when we started the basketball experience program at one of my schools, they didn't have a basketball court, but immediately they saw that basketball experience was introduced. The alumni of that school decided to build a basketball court for them, which is a wonderful thing for ex-students to do, and helping us to make our job easier.
It has been helpful both mentally and physically. It was a medium for students to come out, especially the females, to come out from their classrooms, losing up physically and also be able to lose up mentally too. It helped us relate as a family. It built a team in the school to respect each other, and not just that, to grow together. So for now, basketball is for fun. And in the uni, I would like to still practice basketball. It's a way for me to loosen up. It's a way for me to be happy. And I would like, professionally, I'll still think about it. If I get an opportunity, I'll definitely go for it.
Right from when I was in secondary school, the whole idea was brought to my school, and I thought of participating, and it was very, very great, because we don't just only do physical skills, we also go into classes, and they teach us about tips, health tips, mental health. We do a lot of teaching about our health, about how we relate to other people outside. We also taught about the experience of basketball, everything we need to know, so that when we're out there, we can be able to focus and be disciplined to play. I do play basketball sometimes in my fun time. That's when I'm free. I do play basketball with other teams in school or in any courts. And for professionally, if I see the opportunity and the determination, I would definitely go for it.
That opportunity is actually what these athletes need. Dolakwa, just a quick one on this one. I mean, I know is what Ijeoma said early, in particular, about, I mean, where former students have to build a basketball court in the school just based on the project.
Yes, that's so interesting. You know, seeing a gap and looking for ways to fill it. That's amazing. And from what the first respondent said, where she's considering taking it up professionally, you know, nowadays, when people don't see a particular structure in place, that's when they say, okay, maybe not. But I would just encourage her, as she has started this basketball experience, she should just go on and go on. Even if you're in school, look for opportunities. Even if you are an undergraduate, look for opportunities to still play basketball, even amateur. I'm looking at one of the injuries on my leg right now, and it's a basketball injury. I remember going to the court in my school then and trying out, you know. I had the idea that I wanted to become a basketballer even while studying in school. So sometimes all these opportunities that present themselves, we should just grab it. It's a very fantastic experience.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I love the fact that she's going to my alma mater, University of Benin, to study physiotherapy. That's a good one for Naomi.
She can go in line of sport medicine.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, fantastic for Naomi. All right, time to talk about the Falconets. Yes, we're going to look at the Falconets. They are in action tonight against the AI team, Japan. So we'll take a look at how they got to this stage for Japan and also for Nigeria. It's the round of 16, and it's tonight, 2 a.m. Nigeria time. Of course, it's Japan and Nigeria. Now, let's take a look at how they got to this stage. For Japan, it was a 100% record for them getting to this stage. But first, this is the head-to-head between Nigeria and Japan. In August 19, 2022, they were in Group A. It was a draw. When you come to 2010 in Group C, July 17th, Nigeria won 2-1. And of course, you come to 2012, the third place match, it was Japan who won 2-1. And of course, in 2016, Group B, and this is what I keep remembering, this happened. It was 6-0. And then, now let's just take a look at the round of 16 results. Why are you rushing to Brazil and Cameroon? Brazil beating Cameroon 3-1. Spain and Canada 2-1. No-brainer in this one. Colombia won by a lone goal against Korea Republic. And Mexico and USA had to dig deep to be able to take out Mexico at this stage. So these teams are already through to the quarterfinals. Now, this is the run we were talking about for Japan at the group phase. They beat Austria 2-0, and they went on to beat Ghana 4-1. And of course, New Zealand were the one that were baptized by 7-0. In all, they scored 13 goals and conceded just 1. That's Japan. But for Nigeria, against Venezuela, which was their last group game, it was 4-0. Against Germany, they lost 3-1. And of course, against Korea, which was the very first game, Nigeria won by a lone goal. If you look at these statistics, you would say a head-to-head, on the run, and everything you can think about. Well, the AI team are actually better than the Four Cornets. But it's football. Anything can happen. Austin, you go first. The Four Cornets, do they stand a chance? Yes, it's developmental. But sometimes you just want to have that edge over a team that usually they just won't let you breathe.
It's tough, Cecilia, you know. And you're as good as your last game. Both teams, you know, did well in their last games. And if you want to look at the head-to-head, the Four Cornets, they've struggled against Japan. I think it was in 2016, Japan destroyed the Four Cornets 6-0. And I think they met again in 2012. Japan won 2-1. And then far back as 2010 that Nigeria was able to win one over Japan. And it ended 2-1 also. Now, if you take a look at that analysis, it's tight. It's so tight. There's something that will work for the Four Cornets tonight. Go out there and believe in yourself. What can work against the Japanese team is complacency, you know. And I said it the other day on the show that they need to find a way to just match this Japanese team pace for pace, because that's what they've got. And they are very creative with their chances. When they create chances, they take it. The Four Cornets, that's why we struggled against Germany. Now, Christopher Danjuma should tell this team that you are playing a very disciplined team. So if you create chances, you must take it. I think as a team, I like them. I see quality in there. And I've seen progression. Remember, Cecilia, most of the members of the Flamingos jumped into this team, and they somehow consolidated with those top players that were in the team. So it looks like a very good team, very decent team that can go out there and play good football. But just take your chances. Don't respect this Japanese team. It's under 20 football. Everybody come out there and show your raw talent. And at the end of the day, Cecilia, let football give us the winner.
Yeah, football give us the winner. Dolakbo, I mean, that's what we're expecting. I just hope Coach Danjuma will not think too much.
That's a big ask. Yes, I really think so. Why is everybody thinking about this 2016 defeat? You know, when you do well, people talk about you. When you don't do well, people talk about you. But I think on paper, head-to-head against Japan, it's not looking good. But I think we can right the wrong this time around. 6-0, yes, that was 8 years ago. But I think 2024, we can do better. And now, I'm looking at the score lines, our games against Venezuela, Korea Republic, and Germany. Is Germany our nemesis? So to speak?
They're always there.
Somehow, we've lost.
They've won it 3 times.
We lost to them in 2010, 2014.
Yeah, in 2 finals.
We lost to them when Asisa Doshola was the best player in 2014.
In the final,
And now we lost to them again. Okay, don't worry. We're going to beat them later. So, but I believe that the likes of Omowumi Bello, the likes of Esther Ajakaye, the likes of Flourish, I think Flourish was the goal scorer. Those girls have what it takes to actually do something meaningful in our next game. So I don't want them to entertain any fear. We know it's developmental football, but I've seen growth. We just talked about 2010 now. We see the likes of Okpara Nozie was a phenomenal player then, and she grew into the Falcons, and now she's retired. So I believe those girls, they should just take their chances well. And, you know, who knows? Now, Esther Ajakaye, she just signed up for an international club this year. Who knows where she's going to go to after now? So they should just give it their all, give it their best, and give it their best shot. Yeah,
it's the best shot, and I hope Chiamaka...
okay, that's another girl.
Yes. I hope today... the shooting boot is with her. I mean, her performance against Venezuela was wonderful. I hope she can actually build on that and get the goals right, because she is a fantastic goal scorer. All she needs to do is to be calm and see how she can get the goals in. And, of course, we will be winning. All right, we'll leave the four corners. And yes, I love today's show because it's all about development. Nasarawa State, for the first time in 13 years, as the Governor's Cup is coming back. And Governor Sule says it's not just coming back, they intend to actually invest in football in the state because he understands that, yes, sport is now a business. So his administration will invest in sport in order to develop local talent. And not just that, also see how they can earn money through sport. Now, this game at the opening ceremony that was played was between Lafia and Nasarawa local government area. So it ended 1-0 in favor of Lafia. Let's listen to Governor Abdullahi Sule as he launched the kickoff of Nasarawa State Governor's Cup taking place in Lafia.
What we have seen at this opening, there is a lot of grassroots football that is going on. So it is also an eye-opener that is giving us the opportunity now to begin to find out, from the various local government areas what they are doing. And then we can also begin to look for players from the state before we even go and start looking for players from outside. As you know, today we have two teams, the Nasarawa United and the Basira United, that are also in the leagues. So these will be able to find out from the kind of players that we are seeing here. Once they receive good coaching, these are players that can actually play for the nation. So for me, that's what I'm looking for, and I'm happy that we are beginning to see one. We are going to make additional investment here at the stadium so that we can bring up the level of the stadium. We are also looking at mini stadiums, at least, in about 2 or 3 different local government areas. That will help in being able to bring out more talents that we have at the various local government areas. We'll continue to invest in sports. We believe in sports. We believe very strongly that sports is going to bring unity of our people in Nasarawa State. We believe that sport is business this time around. Sport is not just more than leisure, it is actually business.
More than anything, Austin, sport is business. They are understanding this right now, that it is not to take youth off the street or unity or anything. You have to make money, but you have to put in money into it before you can make the money.
That's right, and I like the fact that the governors are loving that term now, sport is business. I just want to see words turning into action. I just hope that it's not for propaganda. I hope it will continue when Governor Sule Abdullahi is out of office as governor of Nasarawa State. I hope that it will actually empower young persons in the state. I hope that it will use it to open their eyes to do more for infrastructure development and, see the benefits that can come out of sports, particularly when you empower young people in the society. So it's a good one. I like it. I remember when it was launched, we had one problem. We said, hope it's not for just talks. Now I've seen it. It has kicked off. The governor is still involved. I'm still loving it. Let's do more of that for grassroots sports development in Nigeria. I think it's time to go. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. In everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, Dolapo, you listen to him, grassroots development, sports, business, everything. Just a quick one for Rob.
Sports should be business too. We shouldn't just do all talk, it should be money. But I really like the fact that the Governor's Cup is being revived in different states. It looks like they had a meeting between 2003 and 2004. We saw the likes of Nasarawa State, Benue State, Oyo State, Jigawa State, and even Akwa Ibom State, all of them coming together to say, yes, we want to revive Governor's Cup. So I say kudos. And lastly, I would like to say shout out to Folasade Oluwafemi for the fantastic run at the Paralympic Games.
Yeah, it was indeed. 2 records. You're breaking your own and setting another one. Dolakwa, thank you so much for sharing the studio with me tonight.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Cece.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Omogbe. Have a good night rest.